What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. This week's video is cozy recipes. I thought it would be fun to try 2 new cozy inspired recipes with you guys. Definitely fall-esque, give you all the warm and cozy vibes. It's October, the leaves are changing, the temperature has definitely been dropping, and you know, it's that time of year. So if that's something that you want to watch, then just keep watching. All right, so here's the lineup for our white chicken lasagna soup. It calls for an onion already chopped. My family, y'all. Pre-cooked chicken. It said you can pull apart and shred like a rotisserie, but I had some chicken tenders that needed to get cooked in the fridge, so I just went ahead and baked them. And I just used some olive oil, salt, pepper, and Italian seasonings. It calls for butter, cream cheese, of course your lasagna noodles, olive oil, flour, some Italian seasoning, some pre-sliced mushrooms, chicken broth, heavy whipping cream, some baby spinach, Parmesan, and of course it calls for garlic cloves, but I just always use minced garlic. And that is the lineup. Alright, so the first step the recipe says to do is to microwave or soften your cream cheese. Normally I would take this out like hours in advance and just let it soften by itself, but I did not do that. So it says you can microwave it for 20 seconds, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so next we're going to take some olive oil and our butter, and we are going to heat our soup pan. I'm going to add, let me get down in here, some olive oil. I'm not measuring this. 1 tablespoon of butter, and we're going to just melt those together so we can saute our onion. We're just going to saute these till they're softened, just a couple of minutes. The recipe calls for 4 tablespoons or 4 cloves of garlic mince, so I'm just going to kind of do 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks about right. And you're just going to cook this for about 30 seconds, just till it turns golden. So next we're going to add our sliced mushrooms. It calls for 7 ounces. I think this container is 8. I mean, 1 more ounce of mushrooms isn't going to hurt anyone, and I don't have any other reason of keeping it out, so we're just going to cook the whole thing. And then it says a 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle till I feel like it's good and seasoned. And then you're going to cook your mushrooms for like 5 to 6 minutes, just to kind of release all the water. So I think our mushrooms are ready. Next we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. This part I am measuring out, just because I want to make sure I get the right consistency of what the soup needs to be. And your flour is your thickening agent. Let that cook down for about a minute, cook out the flour taste. I'm going to add 2 cups of our chicken broth. Alright, so you just add the 2 cups to make sure the flour's dissolved. It looks like it's pretty much dissolved, so we're going to add the other 4 cups. So next we're going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. Right into nice and creamy and silky. Yum. It says to put in 10 lasagna noodles broken into smaller pieces. So I guess we'll pull out literally 10. Alright, so here's 5, and I guess we'll just sound is so loud. Alright, 5 more. Alright. And we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay, so our soup is now boiling. I'm just going to give it a little stir. It says to turn it down to just like a simmer and cover it with a lid for 20 minutes. So we are going to set our timer. 20 minutes. Okay, so it says to take the lid off and just stir a few times in that 20 minutes just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, but this pan is like a non-stick type pan, so I'm pretty confident that it won't stick. But just to be on the safe side, or if you're using stainless, I recommend probably taking the lid off just a couple of times and making sure it's not sticking to the bottom. But it's still going. We've got 12 minutes. Our soup, I think all the cream cheese has melted, and it is so creamy, so like silky. This is going to be amazing. Okay, so now we just add 2 cups of spinach, and I'm just going to grab like 2 big handfuls. That's kind of how I'm going to measure. And then we add 1 cup of Parmesan. Just kind of sprinkle. I got 1 cup. Put that in. My word. You guys, this smells amazing. I can't help myself. I cannot wait to try this. It's gonna be amazing. Salt, some pepper, and that is it. I think it's good to go. I can't wait any longer. I have to take like a little taste test because my mouth is watering looking at this right now. Cannot wait anymore to taste test this soup. I'm probably gonna like burn my tongue. Oh my gosh. The flavoring is perfect. It's super silky, super silky. The noodles are like al dente, which is how I love them. Like it's like perfect. They're not like super, super soft. The mushroom and the chicken give it such great texture. I'm not kidding, you guys are gonna have to try this. This is definitely gonna be a staple in our household for sure. I'm gonna sit here and eat this whole bowl before we all sit down today. I don't even care. You have to try this. Chef's kiss. So we just finished eating dinner. The whole entire family raved about it. Everyone said it was delicious. So definitely try this recipe. But one tip I did want to share with you guys was I did not break my noodles up into small enough pieces. I will say they were kind of hard to break up together, so maybe break them like individually as you go, but definitely smaller because they kept like flopping around. They wouldn't stay on our spoon. We had to like sit there in the soup and kind of cut them up so that they would like fit on our spoon. But other than that, the consistency of the soup was perfect. The flavors were so good. It's seriously one of the perfect cozy recipes I have ever made. Definitely going to be a staple for fall and winter in our household. But other than that, yeah, we all loved it. So stay tuned for tomorrow night's. What am I making tomorrow night? Anyway, stay tuned for tomorrow night's recipe. Okay, so night 2 of our cozy recipes is going to be our pumpkin feta pasta. And this one I think is going to be perfect. We've never tried this one before, but it's with butternut squash and feta and pasta. Who doesn't love all those things? So let's jump right into the lineup. So there's just a few ingredients that we need. I will start with our jumbo pasta shells. You need a box of those. You need 1 whole butternut squash chopped up. You can already find this prepackaged, chopped, sliced, peeled, but I just went ahead and got a whole one and did it myself. You need some olive oil. It calls for fresh thyme. I do not have that, so we are going to substitute for some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, of course. Again, it calls for fresh garlic. I keep just the fresh minced garlic in the jar, so I'm going to use that. And then a block of feta. I accidentally grabbed the crumble, but it's going to be fine. And that is it. We are going to put our butternut squash into a pan, roast it with all the yummy seasonings and cheese, and then mix it all together. Throw all that in. I think we need to save room for our cheese. Again, it calls for a block, but I don't know what the difference would be. So I'm just going to dump. Make sure we get all the cheese out of there. And then it just says to add the garlic around the butternut squash. So I'm just going to kind of disperse it throughout. I think that's good. Then we're going to drizzle everything really well with some olive oil. This is definitely very similar to the TikTok viral grape tomato feta bake, which I've made several times and we love very much. Now I'm going to put in my feta seasoning, but it's like the fall version with the squash. I love butternut squash. You love butternut squash, Beth?
Yes.
Season our squash. A little bit bit to the feta. It says you can add optional crushed red pepper. Do we want that on here? No, okay. He says no. The baby's eating this. All right, so then you're going to preheat your oven to 400, and then this is going to bake uncovered for 25 minutes. Are we preheated? We're preheated. So follow me to the oven. Come this way. There she goes. Next, we're going to, and this is pretty much the final step, boil our pasta. Now we are going to boil our pasta. So I'm just going to get the water ready, put it to high. I think I'm going to add a little bit of salt and olive oil. Olive oil helps it not stick, and the salt helps give the pasta some flavor. Okay, so I just dumped about half the box into the boiling water. I'm gonna let them cook till al dente, probably like 9 minutes. And then we will add them to our butternut squash. Alright, so our timer went off. Take the squash and feta out. It smells amazing. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be so good. And then our pasta is done. So now we're gonna drain it of the pasta water. So I'm just gonna let it drain the last little drippings over the pot. And then we are going to, hi buddy, smush. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get in there and look at this. This is probably gonna be more of like a rustic sauce. Okay, so we have, I don't know if I want to get in here, get a close up, but we've kind of made it into, it's very rustic sauce. And we've added some of our pasta water. So now we can just toss our pasta in, and I'm going to put our pasta in. I'm going to add a little bit Parmesan and just a little bit of crushed red pepper. It smells so good. Taste this. See how we did. It's got really good flavor. You can definitely taste the feta, the tanginess of the feta. But it gives it a cozy vibe with the squash. This is really good. I will say, It says at the end to add fresh spinach and like let it wilt down while it gets warmed in through there. Again, I did not have that, so, but if you have that or are going grocery shopping for this recipe, I would get some because I think that would be really good in here too. This is really good. You could also, because I have boys in my family, so they're like, where's the protein? You could also throw in some, I don't know, Italian sausage or some shredded chicken would also be good in here, but this is definitely perfect, cozy recipe. Cheers. Alright guys, so we just finished eating dinner. I wanted to give you all our complete honest reviews on this recipe. We loved the texture, we loved the flavoring. I just feel like it wasn't very much of like a sauce to just mix in your pasta with. It was very, very thick, very rustic. I think if we would have stuffed the shells with the mixture of the butternut squash and the feta, and then like I said, I would totally shred up some chicken and throw that into the mixture, or even some like cooked Italian sausage would have been good. It would have given it a lot of that warm fall cozy vibes. But stuffed your shells with the mixture, and then on top of the shells maybe you put like an Alfredo sauce and maybe some mozzarella and some Parmesan, and then baked it. I think that would just knock this out of the park. But I mean, the flavor was spot on, the texture was spot on. I just feel like it wasn't like coming together the way it probably should have, and it could have been better the way that I suggested. So take what you will with that, leave it or not, but that's just my honest review on it. It's our honest review on it. But yeah, other than that, everything was super good. All right, you guys, so that's going to conclude this week's cozy dinner recipes. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.